in your vast experience as an ambassador and in your various interactions with different people, when I ask you about a person in particular who stands out for being a more humane, a person driven to serving humanity, does any name come to mind?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for the question. The name that is uppermost in my mind is Nelson Mandela. Let me give you two instances. I was ambassador in Qatar when President Mandela came there, and we were about 40-45 ambassadors standing in line, sort of a U-shaped line, and President Mandela was going from one ambassador to the other. What I noticed was that when it was my turn, he asked me about the President of India. He asked me by name. He asked me about the Prime Minister of India, and he asked me other questions about India, very specific. And this I observed he was doing with everyone. That is, he had a tremendous memory for the names of people of 45 countries, and he could ask personal questions. So he also got the impression that when he talked to you, he was entirely with you. You are the only person that mattered to him at that moment. Now, another instance is that President Mandela had come to Delhi, and a good friend of mine, the late Madhavan Kuti, he was a great writer. He was Madhubhumi correspondent in Delhi for donkey's years, since the 1950s. Now, he had his book, and he had wanted to get to autograph it and give it to President Mandela, and then he also had a book about Mandela which he had purchased, and he wanted to get it autographed by President Mandela. So when my friend asked the Indian protocol, they said, no, you can't disturb the president. So they denied him permission. But you know, the journalists are very smart. So Madhavan Kuti got into the car of the minister in waiting. He got entry into the Rashtrapati Bhavan, and as President Mandela was coming from his suite, Madhavan Kuti told him that he wanted to present a book to President Mandela. The Indian protocol said there is no time. It was time to go to the Rajghat, where Mahatma Gandhi's samadhi is there. But President Mandela said, yeah, I will go to the Rajghat, but let me sort of give my signature. So then President Mandela asked, what is your name, to Madhavan Kuti, and the protocol man, to whom the question was not addressed, he said, his name is Mr. Kuti. So President Mandela sat down and very gently asked, please tell me the full name. Your name is not Kuti. Please tell me the full name. Please write it down for me. In other words, President Mandela had time for everyone. And he wrote down he autographed it, he got the book from Madhavan Kuti, had a little conversation with him, and then only left. And also, President Mandela was respecting punctuality, because as you know, when you go in a motorcade, you can regulate the speed. So you can reach the Rajghat on time, even if you start 2 minutes late. So I think in terms of politeness, to the other human being, President Mandela was matchless. That's what I remember.